I say, George, how do you think I look?
Splendid, Master Goodman. You look better than a good man. You're a perfect specimen of the species.
I hope Miss Sarah Huffington agrees with you.
You, sir, are a prime catch.
I am at that.
You've read all the good books.
From cover to cover.
You know all the latest dances.
Every step.
And you have no bad habits or vices.
All things in moderation.
And best of all, you've got plenty of plenty.
I can give Miss Sarah Huffington the fine life to which she has become accustomed.
A life at ease, waited on hand and foot by such as myself.
Exactly. Now, George, imagine that you are Miss Sarah Huffington.
Come again, sir.
I want to practice my proposal.
I'm blushing already.
Sit down. Now look demure.
Oh, Roger, dear, you bring out the beast in me.
That'll be enough. Now, shall I say, just for some time now, my dear Miss Huffington.
My name is Sarah.
Sarah, for some time now, Sarah, I have been entranced with your beauty, your radiance, and eternity. Will you stop that?
Sorry, when you gotta blow, you gotta blow.
Oh, please, George. Where was I?
My unending charm.
Oh, yes, your unending charms. It's become clear to me that I can no longer live without you. I know I'm not worthy. Well, actually, you both know I'm more than worthy. But it sounds good, don't you think?
Most humble.
That's exactly what I was going for. Anyway, I know I'm not worthy, but you would make me the happiest man on earth if you consent in giving me your hand in marriage. Well?
Oh, Roger, dear, I don't know what to say.
Say yes, of course.
I don't know. It's a pretty important step.
Stop. The proposal is perfect, isn't it?
She'll melt like butter.
A big oozy puzzle of love. And here is the ring that will seal our betrothal.
Don't you think that's a mite big for her delicate finger?
Think so? Shh. Here comes the lady. I smell her lavender perfume. Let's hide and listen to see how she boasts about me to her friends.
Master, do you think that's a good idea?
I'm not afraid of the truth.
Oh, Sarah, you're so funny.
Any man who snatches you will get a prize.
I don't want to be snatched by just any man.
You wouldn't mind being caught by Roger Goodman.
He's so dreamy.
The temperature in the room rises when he's around.
I know. I find myself moving my fan more quickly as he approaches me.
And I wouldn't doubt it if he's coming this afternoon with a very important question for you.
The entire countryside knows he's smitten with you.
I know.
And he's well educated too, you know. He can even read and write.
I know.
He's so handsome. Everyone stops to wonder if he's made of flesh and blood or marble.
He's even got a chunk of change.
I know.
You don't sound enthused.
I know.
Stop saying that. What's wrong?
He's due any moment he'll unexpectedly ask your hand in marriage.
She knows.
It's normal to be a bit nervous about such a proposal, Sarah.
And you won't do much better than Roger Goodman.
I'm not so sure.
What? Have you found someone else?
Yes and no.
What do you mean yes and no?
It's just that I know what type of man I want, so yes, I found someone else.
What type of man is better than Roger Goodman?
Him.
Sarah, that's a pirate.
A vicious criminal.
He's merely misunderstood.
If you like scars.
Isn't he dashing?
If you don't mind being hanged.
But you have to admit, he's exciting.
Sarah, you've been reading way too many Lady Westerbrook novels.
The pirate's lady must have gotten to you.
The way the Pirate King grabs Lucilla and whisks her off on his pirate ship to the exotic West Indies makes my heart race so fast, I think it will burst.
Things like that only happen in books.
I want them to happen in real life.
Sarah, you've lost your mind.
No, when Roger Goodman arrives, I shall swing him packing. I want a man like this, dashing, daring, ready to face danger with a sword in hand.
Can I have Roger?
Do with him as you will.
Sarah, have you seen that broadside? There it is. The sheriff wants to see this.
Oh, certainly, Father.
Say, what were you doing with it anyway?
Oh, we were just remarking on what a fearful creature this Bluebeard is.
Fearful indeed. He sunk another one of my ships yesterday. He's cost me a fortune already.
Oh, dear, that's terrible, Father.
But he'll not get away with it. I shall personally hunt him down and string him up from the yard arm.
You, Father?
I sail on the evening tide.
Oh, what am I to do here, all alone?
Oh, just water the flowers and do your embroidery, my dear.
Water the flowers, indeed. Sometimes I hate my life as a lady. It's too boring.
Wait, where are we going?
I won't be able to meet the man of my dreams sitting here doing embroidery.
Bluebeard, did you hear that, George? She's going after a pirate.
It seems that way.
Maybe she's suffering from her fever. Her face looked flushed.
She certainly had a rosy glow.
Maybe she hit her head this morning.
Then she'd be staggering about.
I'm the only one staggering. How can she cast me off like an old shawl?
Begging your pardon, Master, but the lady seems to want some excitement in life.
We go to dances and socials. We went to the horse races just last week. Those were exciting.
She wants real excitement.
She wants a pirate.
I'm afraid so.
But I'm not a pirate.
How badly do you want Miss Sarah Huffington's hand?
I want it more than life itself.
Then perhaps you could grow a Bluebeard of your own.
Avast me hearties, climb the jib, a yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum.
Master, if you don't mind a suggestion, I think we better find you a tutor. Someone who knows the ropes, so to speak.
Alright, if he doesn't know the ropes, we'll hang him from one.
Come along, Master. There's nothing wrong with you that a good walk off the gangplank won't cure.
Any sign of him?
Of who?
This tutor you've been touting.
Not yet, but I have somewhat of a crew mustard.
Why did you put mustard on the crew?
It means I've rounded up a crew.
Why didn't you just say so?
Do you want to meet them?
I be hearties.
Stop saying that. All right, line up, you worthless pieces of horse poopy. Line up. One after the other. Like this.
This is the best you could do?
This is all I could do. It didn't give me much time.
Alright. You first. What's your name?
Claudia, sir.
Claudia what?
I don't know. I forgot.
Claudia, can you read? Right? Cipher?
Pardon, Captain, but no use asking that question for any of us. None of us got any schooling.
Alright. Have any of you ever been to the sea before?
No, sir. We went on a boat once to cross a river, but we had to row that one, sir.
It was a terrible trip it was. The current pulling us miles downstream before we hit a rock and the boat sank.
Oh, then you can swim.
Oh, no, sir. We walked to shore.
The river was terrible shallow.
How have you been making a living, Claudia?
Well, I haven't, sir. Unless you call sleeping on the docks a living.
Very well. How about you?
I'm Maud, her sister, and if you need a cook, you've got one.
What do you cook?
Flapjacks.
What else?
Flapjacks.
Flapjacks are her specialty.
And what I can't do with a flapjack.
Next. What's your name?
Squawk, what's your name? What's your name?
I said, what's your name?
Squawk, squawk.
I don't want anybody who speaks French.
Pardon, Captain, but that's our youngest brother. He thinks he's a parrot.
Why me?
Just give him a cracker, sir, and he will be happy.
What good is he going to be?
pirate worth his salt has a parrot.
I suppose. Are you sure these are the only ones you could find?
You still haven't met the last three.
The name's Sneak.
I'm Snaggle.
Call me Snoot. You want to know what's going on, you can rely on me.
You want it swept, you can count on me.
You want it cleaned up, do it yourself.
You've got experience.
How's this for experience?
That's my watch. How'd you get it?
I told you we was good.
But I got both of you beat.
I'd say things are looking up.
So, Captain, what kind of voyage is it going to be?
Well, men and ladies, this isn't going to be any pleasure cruise. The Petunia is going to make a name for herself as the most feared vessel in the high seas. Other sailors will tremble at the sight of our flag. Our object is to raid and plunder.
Are you saying we're going to be pirates?
Ivy Hardies,
I need Harpies.
and we split the booty 50-50.
What the rate of us?
I get 50%, and you split the other 50% amongst yourselves.
That don't sound fair.
'Cause it ain't.
Sounds like he's a pirate.
We will split 8 ways.
Or you starve in the brig.
George, help me.
Sorry, I'm with them.
All right. We split the booty 8 ways.
9! You split it 9 ways.
Long John!
Not Long John Sliver!
It's me.
I need Harpies.
You know something? I hate parrots!
Oh, you leave him alone, Long John, or I'll cut out your liver,
It's already been cut out.
your spleen,
That's gone too.
your gallbladder.
That was first to go.
Then how about your heart?
Never had one to begin with.
Who exactly are you, you liverless, spleenless, gallbladderless, heartless brute?
This is your tutor.
Long John Sliver,
And who are you?
Captain Roger Goodman, a ruthless pirate.
You? Ruthless?
Now see here, you're on my ship. I paid for it with my father's hard-earned money. If you persist in laughing, I'll make you get off. I will.
So, is this the fellow you've been telling me about?
Aye, that's him.
I don't know if there's much hope,
But you're an expert, Long John.
but I can't work miracles.
You said you could turn anybody into a pirate.
But I didn't have any idea of who anybody was.
Remember our part of the bargain.
That be true, George.
What's our part of the bargain?
In return for turning you into a ruthless pirate, we sailed the Petunia for the Caribbean.
The Caribbean? What for?
For the treasure.
Treasure?
Now there's a word that I love to hear.
Where is this treasure?
On an island.
What island?
Treasure. Where else?
How do you know there's treasure on this island?
Because I buried it there myself. We had plundered 18 ships over the years, and it was all filled with doubloons. Gold doubloons. 9 chests of gold doubloons we had, but then we got caught in a storm. The crew was all swept overboard. But I managed to get the 9 chests into the dinghy. I made it to the nearby island and buried the treasure, so that when I got rescued, nobody would know that I still had the gold. I told myself someday I would get back and dig up the treasure. And today is Sunday!
Yeah, our lucky day. Gold
Treasure.
doubloons!
What are we waiting for?
Set sail.
Whoa. Hold on. You want this dandy turned into a pirate, don't you?
That's what he wants. Yep.
Then before setting sail, we're gonna have to make a few changes around here.
Like what?
First off is the name of this ship.
I named it after my favorite flower.
That's just the thing. You want a name that strikes fear into the hearts of all those who do. Petunia, don't exactly send chills up and down my spine.
What name do you suggest then?
The Weevil.
The weasel!
The rat,
The spider.
the scorpion.
The cockroach. The cockroach?
Well, cockroaches send shivers down one spine.
Quiet! The lot of them. All this toad, this scissor.
I like that.
And scare everybody with the flag. I'm thinking you're hosting a tea party. How about something like this?
Ah, saints preserve us!
That's enough to shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers. I like that.
I'll sail under that flag anytime.
It'll show me mean business.
Tangle with us, and this'll be you.
Then we'll fly the skull and crossbones. It'll wave proudly above the sea serpent.
And one last thing, matey. What's your name?
Roger Goodman. Captain Roger Goodman.
Just as I thought. That's the wimpiest name in the books.
How dare you? It's a long-respected name. My father has that name, my grandfather, and his father before him.
We want something that sends a chill up the spine.
Something like Captain Mean, Captain Bad, Captain Cruel,
Captain Cantankerous.
Captain Cockroach.
Captain Crunch. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's all steak.
What name? Now see here. I don't want to be saddled with some bloody awful name.
Hey, that's it.
What?
Blood. Captain Blood.
makes my blood run cold. I sailed under Captain Blood.
Has a nice ring to it if you ask me.
I'll vote for it.
Now see here. This isn't a contest. You can't vote for my name. Maybe I don't want to be Captain Blood.
What do you think Miss Sarah Huffington would think of it, Lord Goodman?
You mean Captain Blood?
Now you're talking.
Let's set sail! I'll go whip up some flapjacks.
Raise the gangplank.
Hoist the sail.
Hoist the sails, hoist the sails. Cast off the mooring lines.
If you need me, I'll be on the poop deck.
What's wrong?
I forgot to tell you. I get seasick.
Looks like it's curtains for you, Captain Belvedere.
Those sharks down there look mighty hungry. They just hang around the gangplank waiting for some trash to fall in. But don't worry, they said moving so fast you'll never know what bit you.
I've always liked fish. I did a study on sharks once. Maybe they'll listen to reason.
Yeah, sure.
On second thought, maybe I can help your captain out a bit.
You think so?
What have I got to lose?
Just everything below your nose.
I'll go tell the captain we're ready to talk. Tell me, Laverne, what makes you lead a life of crime?
You mean let a good girl like me go bad? I'll tell you, Pops.
When I was a little girl, I wanted a dolly. A special dolly. When I saw in the toy store window, she was beautiful. She had blue eyes and golden hair and the most beautiful lace dress you ever saw. But my mother said, too bad, we don't have enough money. When I was older, I saw a pair of shoes I wanted. They had pearl buttons on them. But my mother said, too bad, we don't have enough money. So, there I was right outside the store window, standing drooling. I met the captain. After our first job, I bought those shoes. After our second job, I bought that dolly. That answer your question?
So, Belvedere, you ready to talk?
Yes, I won't resist any longer.
What made you change your mind?
Our little buddies down there?
I'm just not ready to be someone's dinner.
Yeah, Belvedere, you'd be a little tough, a little stringy, and I don't think you'd have much taste.
No need to be insulting, Huff and Puff.
It's Captain Huff and Puff to you. Now, what can you tell me about Bluebeard?
I saw him
Recently.
6 months ago,
Where?
living in a treehouse.
A treehouse, what's that?
A house built into a tree
And where do they have trees big enough to build houses into them?
on the island.
What island?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island. Huh. And how do we get to Treasure Island?
You sail along the equator till you reach the deep Atlantic, then hang a right and sail south for 500 miles. You can't miss it.
Why is it called Treasure Island?
Rumor has it that Long John Sliver buried 9 chests of gold doubloons there.
Long John Sliver.
Most ruthless of all pirates.
More ruthless than me.
To be honest, dear lady, I had never heard of you until you boarded this ship.
We're working on that. I've sent 5 press releases in bottles detailing just how ruthless the pirate queen is.
Yeah, and I drew pictures to go with them. It won't be long before they get wanted posters out for you, Pirate Queen.
And just to prove how ruthless I am, you're going to visit some of my friends.
What are you gonna do?
Hey boys, it's supper time. But don't worry, Captain, those aren't sharks, they're dolphins. And you want to know something? From here, the water's shallow enough to walk to shore. Bye-bye.
Ah! Another Maui Bluebeard?
In a little while. They're delicious. What do you put in them?
Coconut milk, goat milk, and rose milk.
And milk of magnesium. That'll keep your motor running, eh, Captain?
At a nice slow pace. Just the way I want my retirement to be.
I don't know why you had to go and retire.
It's simple, Smudge. I'm tired. And with you and Dandy keeping my image alive, it's not like I really retired at all. It's our secret. Everybody else still thinks I'm the terror of the high seas.
Voila!
Finished?
Aye, do you want to hear? Do we have a choice? I call this one A Pirate on a Storm-Tossed Sea.
I like the title.
In days of yore, when men were men and women were fair as could be, the greatest captain guided his ship across a storm-tossed sea. The wind she blew from north and south, the waves they covered the deck. The captain shouted, "Save the sails!" The men said, "What a wreck! We're doomed to drown, all is lost. The goods will never sell." "Hold on," the captain scolded. "Your courage starts to smell."
I like that.
But we never said none of that.
Be quiet, Smudge. Continue, Dandy.
The captain tied the yardarm. He scaled the mizzen mast. He crawled out on the ropes above despite the rainy blast. His example caused the men to think, and some began to cry. They sprang to their positions, not caring if they died. I sure cared, and you did too, Dandy. I remember distinctly how you screamed, "Look at Bluebeard, he's a regular nutcase." I never said such a thing, Captain. Smudge is just jealous because she can't read or write. Jealous of that tripe. Ha!
Stop bickering or I'll make you walk the gangplank.
They know you joke, Captain. You know you never make anyone walk the gangplank.
Can't stand the sight of blood, can you?
I'd like to find out what happened. Read on, Dandy.
The ship was saved. The crew rejoiced that cold December morn, for ne'er had any one of them witnessed such a storm. But lo, the cargo she was gone, its home the ocean floor. But then another ship was spied. Brisk action, there'd be more. The swords were drawn, prepared to fight. The crew would never flee. They'd bravely give their blood and guts to the salty sea. They sliced the first mate right in half, then gave the sharks a snack, and fought into a moonless night, their victory in the sack. They plundered gold and silver as its captain walked the plank. They fired cannons upon the ship and cheered as she done sang.
Bravo! That does exactly how it happened.
No, it doesn't.
The storm wasn't that bad. We came across a ship and the crew had already abandoned it.
There wasn't a soul in sight. The treasure was just lying there.
All we had to do was haul the chests up. Treasure plenty handed to us on a silver platter. Literally.
Haven't you ever heard of poetic license? That's just a poetic lie. The sense is gone.
Smudge, we're talking about my image here. Image is everything. Dandy, get that tail rolled up, stuff it into a bottle, and toss it into the sea. It's sure to be found, and that's another chapter of my wonderful life story. Now, Smudge, let's see how you've done on my portrait. Oh my.
That doesn't look like you. Much too dashing.
That's one steamy pirate.
I think
And
we'll
you
send-
mock my words and call them a lie.
I think we'll send the poem and the picture together in the bottle. Someone's gonna find it, and my legend will be committed to eternity.
You ought to be committed.
And Smudge, I love the pair.
They say every pirate worth his salt has got one, you know.
Captain,
I don't want to hear any more discussion of the truth.
you
You'd better hear this truth.
I don't want it known that I'd much rather spend my days sitting here sipping my mais than plundering and raiding helpless ships.
But Captain,
Hush, Kiki, make me another mai.
we can't.
And pray tell why not?
That ship will spot us. Ship? Oh no, they're right. There's a ship out there.
Let's have a look. Funny, I can't see a thing. Ah, I see it now. There is a ship, and it's sporting a flag. Why, look at that. A skull and crossbones.
Uh-oh.
Did you cover our ship?
Yeah, it's covered by 200 feet of salt water.
Oh, that's right. We had a little accident. Well then, let's get up to the treehouse. Wherever this is, they'll never find us up there.
Gee, I wonder if they bring word from the outside world.
I'm not sticking around to find out.
Oh, dry land at last!
Aye, my feet don't know what to do. The deck's not moving. As long as your stomach knows what to do, you're fine.
Treasure Island at last. Finally, that gold will be mine. No, we mighty sure have been here sooner if you took that shortcut I told you about a while back.
Long John, you told me a good pirate always acts like he knows what he's doing.
Ah, but when that bloke told us that we landed in Venezuela, you should have figured that we were a little bit off course.
Well, we have made it.
Aye, and that's all that counts. Now, how about some flapjacks?
Look, Maud, now that we're on dry land, let's have some real food. I'm sure there are berries, roots, and lots of leaves.
You want food or a salad bar?
It looks like somebody beat us here.
What? This island's supposed to be deserted.
A coconut. It's a Maui Maui.
How do you know?
I know a Maui Maui when I see one.
Oh yeah? Well, where's the paper umbrella, huh? Will this do?
Will this do? Will this do? Found something interesting, parrot? Interesting parrot, interesting parrot.
Well, looky there.
Why, if that isn't the meanest, orneriest pirate I've ever seen.
I like the bird.
Like the bird, like the bird.
Fine. Let's hope this bird hasn't found the treasure.
Say, you know something, Captain Blood? If you really want to be a scary pirate, you ought to get a hook instead of one of your hands. Then we could call you Captain Bloody Hook.
Aye, how about a head leg?
Then we could call you Peggy.
I'm not going for that.
How badly do you want to marry Miss Sarah Hubbington?
I might give her a finger. All right, maybe a finger and a thumb. But an arm and a leg, who are you kidding?
Captain! Captain! I see a ship coming!
What is this? Grand Central Station? It's supposed to be deserted!
You think someone followed us?
Let's hope it's not the pirate queen.
Who? You know, the one George found that message about in that bottle he fished out of the ocean.
They say she's plundered 20 ships.
They say she's made 10 men walk the plank.
They say she ate raw liver once.
Well, it'd be a lot better than one of Maud's flapjacks.
You take that back, Claudia, or I'll tie you to one of the cannons on the ship.
What flag does that ship fly under?
The Stars and Stripes.
Oh no.
We need a plan.
Good. First one who comes to the plan gets a cracker.
Polly want a cracker, Polly want a cracker.
Great plan, Parrot!
That wasn't a plan.
You just didn't listen. You said we hide behind these trees and ambush these invaders.
And then take their leader hostage.
Here, you get a cracker. You go, my little Polly Wally.
Blimey! Live up to your name, Captain Blood. Now draw your sword and prepare to use it.
Use it? How barbaric.
Really, Long John? Are you starting to believe all of that baloney I've been sending out in those bottles?
No, but maybe they will. No, everybody, hide. And when I gives the word, attack!
Hector, there's nobody on this island.
I heard voices.
So did Joan of Arc.
And just look what happened to her.
For goodness sakes, Emma, why do you have to bring so much luggage?
What on earth do you mean? This is
time for frivolity, Emma. Really, I should have left you at home. This is no place for a woman. That's why Captain Porter insisted on leaving us on this deserted island. He said it would be safer, what with the pirates about.
You mean that you begged him to leave us on this island? I do believe you're right frightened yourself, my dear.
Nonsense. If it weren't for you, I'd have stayed with the ship until we found that horrid pirate, Bluebeard. At any rate, Captain Porter assured me it wouldn't be longer than a few days. Someone has been here.
A chair on the beach? How comfortable.
And some kind of concoction. And look, the most ferocious pirate I've ever seen.
Oh my, such an animalistic charm.
For goodness sakes, Emma, what is wrong with you?
Did you hear something?
I hear all sorts of things on this wretched island. Birds cawing, cats growling, elephants thumping around.
There are no elephants on this island.
Who knows what's on this island? I wish Captain Porter would come back soon.
There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of.
Attack!
Emma, I think you should rephrase that.
Oh dear, pirates!
And you are now our prisoners.
You forget, Captain Blood. We don't take prisoners.
What do we do now, Captain?
After them!
I think we must have lost them.
Let's get back to the dinghy.
Oh, but my things!
Forget about your things, Emma. Run for your life. Oh dear, we're trapped.
I'm afraid so.
Sorry, Long John, but I'm changing the rules. I have a hunch these folks will come in mighty handy as our prisoners. If you'll be so kind to follow Snake, Snaggle, and Snoot to your new quarters.
At least growl a bit when you say that.
Grr.
Say, you sound familiar.
I assure you that we've never met you before, Lady Huffington.
Then how do you know my name?
Everyone knows of your charm, your wit, and your beauty.
And you wonder why we ladies like pirates, Hector? I think I'm going to like it here after all.
What are you planning on doing with us?
That's for me to know and you to find out. But do tell me, Lady Huffington, how is it you came to be on this island?
Well, Lord Bravery here insisted on coming out into the middle of the ocean to search for that nasty pirate Bluebeard who's been attacking our mercantile ships and cost us such a lot of money.
Emma! What are you doing? Don't tell these ruffians a thing!
Don't get your silks in a bunch, Hector. I'm sure that this fine pirate won't hurt us. He has a refined air about him.
I do? Alrighty, mateys, take them away, and don't be so gentle about it either.
This way, your ladyship.
Just don't step on any snakes.
If you do, the elephants will come running.
See, Emma, there are elephants.
So what are you going to do with them? What better way to get Sarah Huffington here than to tell her I've got her parents held captive? Here, George, right in the back of this picture. To whom it may concern, Lord and Lady Huffington are now my prisoners. If their fair daughter ever wants to see them again, she will set sail immediately for Treasure Island, where they can be retrieved. Signed, Captain Blood. Now what do I do with it?
Stick it in this here bottle. That's right. And then we'll float the bottle out to sea, just like all of the other ones I have sent.
You're quite an agent, Claudia.
Image is everything, Captain.
The ocean is littered with all those floating bottles. Wouldn't you say, George?
Like the one we picked up informing us of the exploits of the Pirate Queen.
Aye. With any luck, we'll have Sarah Huffington here to meet her pirate in, probably about 2 years.
But Captain, what about the Huffington's ship?
They'll be back when we go out Lord and Lady. Mark my words.
I'll give some thought. But I'm sure the fates will help me now that I'm so close to winning my fair Sarah at last.
You're a very patient and persistent man, Master.
Victory is not for the faint of heart. Now, let's start looking for that treasure.
Now you're talking.
Huffy, where'd you go? You can't stop digging till we find that treasure.
I don't want a treasure. I've already got a treasure.
Well, lucky you.
You've got to earn your keep around here.
I am a distinguished member of society. It's beneath my dignity to be digging holes all over this island just because this idiot couldn't remember where he buried the treasure.
That was years ago. This place has really grown since then.
Personally, I don't think there is a treasure.
Let's get back to work, or it's the gangplank for you.
I don't think you've ever made anybody walk the gangplank.
I'll have you know, we robbed and plundered 3 ships on the way here.
Aye, we got 200 bolts of calico from one, a barrel of cinnamon from the other, and the third was empty.
Well, it's the principle of the thing.
Oh, there you are, Captain. I baked you some of your favorite cookies. Have one while they're hot.
I can't believe how you dote on this villain, Emma.
Oh, Hector, go dig a hole.
Treasure, eh?
Long John must have hidden it years ago.
Maybe we ought to help him find it, and then we can split it.
An honorable suggestion, but Bluebeard is far from honorable.
Hold it. Bluebeard's retired.
But I could always take an odd job on the side, can't I? Let's let them do all the work, and when they find it, we surprise them, and the booty will be ours.
I like that.
And then we can steal their ship and sail off to some place where the gold will do us some good.
What would you do in the fortress, Creaky?
Oh, I'd buy my own soft rocking chair.
I'd hire a servant to make Maui-Mauis just for me.
Speaking of which, how about topping this off?
Yes, Bluebeard. This is our command.
You know something? They stole that picture I drew.
But do you know why?
What do you know about it, Dandy?
They wrote a letter on the back. They're holding Lord and Lady Huffington hostage. So Lord and Lady Huffington's daughter will come to the island. Then Captain Blood is going to capture her.
No kidding. I wonder why Captain Blood wants to lure her here.
The Huffington daughter, eh?
She must be a real grenadine.
Smudge, how many wives have I had?
I think 7, Bluebeard.
Then we may not just get a treasure out of this dude after all, but another wife as well. Let's go see how they're doing.
Oh, it's good to be on dry land.
That's it is.
Looks like a fine place to lay low for a while.
We've got to think of some new adventures for the hurricane. We've printed a good story about you in months. Really, we need something different.
Why can't we just tell the truth?
What? We sail around and pick up old junk floating in the sea? Come on! What kind of image consultants do you think we are?
All right. So let's take a look at our loot. One stinky chest we found floating all by itself.
It might contain treasure. Say, what is this? It's just a bunch of papers.
What kind of papers?
Just writing. A lot of it. Someone must have been writing a whole novel here. Call me Ishmael.
Yeesh, and listen to this. There before us swam a great white whale who we've come to know as Moby Dick.
Moby Dick?
Who would ever name a whale Moby Dick? Here's a bottle I found floating in the sea.
Sorry, I'm Captain Blood.
Sarah, your parents are being held captive.
On Treasure Island.
Where's that?
Unfortunately, stupid here lost our map.
Can I have it get right out of my hands?
We'll have to find this treasure island. I can't let Mummy and Puppy rot in the hands of this Captain Blood.
I do like his name though.
It's so romantic.
And look at his picture. Ba-ba-ba-boom.
He does look a bit more roguish than the average pirate.
And he's got a parrot on his shoulder.
That's so piratey.
What's this now?
Blimey girls, a pirate.
I've stumbled upon a knitting club.
Knitting club, my sword. Haven't you ever heard of the Pirate Queen?
Oh, the Pirate Queen. What do you fight with? Your purses?
Make fast work of them, ladies.
So
The
dead.
sharks are hungry.
Come on, who's next? Oh, come on, my grandma could do that.
Got it. Come on, yes, Sarah! Oh, yes, so
Alright,
dead.
we're tired of home. So, what are you doing here, old timer?
Old timer. Blind. You sure know how to add insult to injury.
Just answer the question.
Well, you see now, I'm running away from a mean old wife.
I mean, old wife.
Yeah, that's right. She took all my money and ran off with a watchmaker.
A watchmaker?
Yeah, she said she likes the way he ticked.
You poor dear.
The only way I could soothe my hurting heart was to get as far away as possible.
If you ain't telling the truth, I'll slit your throat.
Please don't. It's the only one I've got.
So, old timer, do you know a place called Treasure Island?
I do.
Laverne, take notes.
Now, old timer, let's have it. Where is Treasure Island?
Well, you sail 100 miles east, then hang a right, and sail 50 miles south until you come to a little island shaped like a skull.
Is that Treasure Island?
That's Skull Island. So you turn left to Skull Island and sail about 30 more miles until you see an island shaped like a gopher.
Is that Treasure Island?
That's Gopher Island. So you turn right one more time at Gopher Island and hang a you sail about 50 more miles until you come to an island shaped like an elephant.
Let me guess. That's Elephant Island.
No, smarty pants, that's Treasure Island.
If you're lying, old timer, we're gonna be back. And we'll skewer you and roast your liver.
Ha! I don't got a liver.
Oh, then we'll roast anything you got left.
Pardon my asking, ma'am, but I've never seen a lady pirate before. What made you do it?
I don't know. I was sitting in my garden one day at our mansion, and I said to myself, I'm bored. So, here I am.
But doesn't all that plundering and pillaging and hiding and running away from the law get boring too?
Well, I have to admit, sometimes I wish I was sitting in my garden again, reading a good book.
About pirates.
I don't know, girls. The pirate life isn't all it's cracked up to be.
And you had to drag us across the ocean before you figured this out?
Sometimes I guess you have to miss something before you know it's important to you in the first place.
Yeah, like indoor plumbing.
Or clean clothes?
Or the look of a fine, respectable, perfectly good man.
Now, if it's a man you're wanting, Missy.
Unhand me, you knave!
What do you mean unhand you? I never touched you.
I know, but I always wanted to say that.
They say it all the time in Lady Westerbrook novels.
All right, girls, enough reminiscing about our former life. We've got a job to do. Laverne, you got those instructions to Treasure Island?
I sure do.
Let me see them.
With butterfingers, not on your gold earring. I'm keeping these safe.
What do we do about this chest?
Let's take it with us. In case we get cold, we'll have enough fuel to keep us warm for a long time.
All right, old timer, we'd better find this Treasure Island.
Oh, you will. Or my name ain't Herman Melville.
Who's slacking off now, Mr. Sliver?
I'll have you know, I just stared down the face of death.
And with your face, you probably scared him off.
For your information, it wasn't him.
Oh, then what was it?
Her, the pirate queen, and she was ready to invade.
The Pirate Queen? Oh no, women can't be pirates. They're much too fragile and delicate. They could never push a man around.
Avast me, hearties. I'm tired of seeing poor Captain Blood do all of the work around here. Now both of you grab a shovel and get back to work.
Oh, who died to make you the boss, Emma?
Well, nobody's died yet, but if you don't get that shovel into the ground, you're gonna be the first.
So, Lord Fancy Pants, fragile and delicate, can't push you around.
My pants may be fancy, but at least I'm wearing some. Those shredded up knickers you've got on hardly qualify.
Well, unlike you, I've got more on my mind than fashionable attire. Like, for instance, that the Pirate Queen is gonna be coming back.
The female pirate. How do you know?
She was here with her villainous crew. And once they find out that I sent them on a wild goose chase, they're gonna cook our goose but good. So we had better find that treasure, and fast.
Huh, good for her. Nothing like a woman to get things moving.
They dug up every inch of this island.
It looks like a cemetery.
And still no treasure.
Maybe they got the wrong island. All these islands look alike.
Then they'd better give up and leave us be. We've been lucky so far they haven't found us, but it's only a matter of time before they look up and see the treehouse.
Say, listen to this.
Not again.
Be quiet, Smudge.
Thank you, Bluebeard.
You may proceed.
Bluebeard the vicious, Bluebeard the cruel, was a pirate who never lost his cool. Like a cat in a tree, he watched carefully until the moment he could crush every fool.
That's all? It's no Iliad.
Drivel. Mere drivel.
No, it's not. I like it. It's what we must do.
And what must he do?
I've been the cat in the tree too long. We must attack. Crush these fools digging up our paradise.
But the treasure.
There is no treasure. They dug up everywhere.
Then what's your plan, Bluebeard?
Sharpen your swords.
I don't have a sword. Is a paper umbrella okay?
Anything. Everything. We lure them to this spot, and when they least expect it, we attack, frightening them back to their ship.
But what if they fight back?
We'll fight forward.
Aye, a good battle. We've been lounging around for far too long.
I don't know. I could lounge around a lot longer than this.
Where's your courage? Where's your fight? Where's your spunk?
Courage. Fight. Spunk. You're talking a hockey player. Not me.
Oh, this group will collapse like a paper tiger.
We can drive them back to their ship, and they'll sail away for good.
Which is great.
And we've forgotten the one thing we have that they don't.
What's that?
Our cannon.
That's right, the coconut cannon.
Yeah, that'll scare them. Give up, or we'll pop a cream pie with you.
They won't know it only fires coconuts.
Which, by the way, can cause a nasty goose egg on the noggin.
Oh, that's right. You are a guinea pig.
I still have flashbacks.
All right, crew, gather your weapons. A fiercer band was never seen. Now all we have to do is lure them to this spot and attack.
We'll go get the cannon with plenty of coconuts.
That I have to carry, I suppose.
How are we gonna lure them here?
A single word.
How about quit?
Look at it this way, Dandy. You're about to get new material for another poem.
Yeah, my elegies.
Ready? Here's the word. Treasure! Treasure! Treasure!
Treasure squad? Quiet, parrot.
Heard someone yell treasure. Who found it?
Whoever it is better be ready to turn over the gold, or I'll shiver their timbers.
Claudia?
I didn't find anything.
George, you sly fox.
Sneak?
Nothing but sand.
Sand and more sand.
Sand, sand, everywhere.
How about you two?
More blisters.
But we don't mind blisters, Captain, so long as they're for you.
Then it's got to be you, Parrot.
What?
You found the treasure?
Then who shouted treasure? Or is somebody out to make fools of us? Because if they are, we'll cut them down to size. Right, Captain Blood?
Right.
Attack!
My pencil!
Drop it, Captain Blood. All of you. Drop your weapons.
And who's gonna make me? Oh no.
This is Magnum 357, the most powerful handheld cannon made. It will shoot a hole through the Great Wall of China. So we ask you,
Do you feel lucky?
It worked!
Of course it worked.
look at him run. Congratulations, dear.
You are brave and fearless.
It must be the thrill of battle. So I just feel a little lightheaded.
Should we really be taking refuge in a cave?
You got a lot to learn, Captain Blood. Always remember, when the going gets tough, you hide. Why? This cave looks familiar.
That cannon could get us all in here.
Not if we had a few of Maud's old flapjacks to use as shields.
It's a big cave. You know, maybe there's a passage out to the other side of the island.
Oh,
And the sea serpent.
then we can get in our ship and sail away. Sail away, sail away.
You know, we never did find the treasure.
We dug up every inch of the place.
All we found was sand, sand, and more sand.
Oh, I found something else. Blisters on top of my blisters.
I'm afraid it was all in vain.
But I know I hid that treasure somewhere.
Well, I'm afraid if that bandit hooligan's here, we won't be able to search anymore. I say we head this way and see if there's a passageway to the other side of the island and the sea serpent.
So much for the silk dresses I was going to buy with the booty.
So much for my ivory pipe.
So much for my shiny new knife.
What do you mean, knife? I want a pistol.
That way, I don't have to get my hands dirty. Mother would be proud of you, Snoops. Thank you, Sneak.
So much for my entire life's work. Tis a black day when a man's got to give up his dreams.
Give up his dreams, give up his dreams.
Quiet, you foul creature!
Oh, you leave poor Parrot alone. What bone do you have to pick with him anyhow? Bone to pick, bone to pick.
What you got there, Parrot?
Polly want a bone?
That's the biggest bone I've ever seen.
That's big enough to be a human bone.
It is a human bone.
Who'd you kill, Parrot? Parrot ain't that kind of parrot, Snaggle.
Then where'd the bone come from?
Why, looky there. 9 chests.
Ain't that what we've been looking for?
9 chests and a skeleton.
Wait a second. Here's a ring, still on his finger. It's inscribed, to whomsoever removes this ring from my finger will die a painful and horrible death. Now he tells me,
Forget that. Who is this?
Why, that rascal. I remember that ring. He was with me when I buried the treasure. He must have come back to the island, dug up the treasure, dragged it in here, and starved to death guarding.
So these are the chests of gold doubloons.
Aye, you proved yourself a worthy pirate after all.
well, shiver me timbers.
Captain, what good is the treasure right now?
The treasure doesn't do us any good if we cannot get off Treasure Island alive.
That's right. We're stuck in here, and they're out there with a cannon.
They tricked us once, now it's our turn to trick them.
What have you got in mind?
Well, here's what we're going to do.
It's good to be rid of those rascals.
Are we sure they're gone?
Kiki and Miki will let us know as soon as they see their ship has sailed off.
Our island is our own again.
Have your hands stopped shaking yet, Dandy?
Most of the time. As long as I don't have to think about it.
The fight, you mean?
Stop that! Don't say that word.
Fight. Swords. Blood. Guts.
Make her stop, Bluebeard.
Smudge, you rascal. Another word out of you and I'll skin you like a turn you can.
Why'd she become a pirate if she don't like what pirates do?
To tell the truth, the pirate recruiter stopped by our house and asked me, Mom, if she planned to send me to school. And she said she didn't because I didn't have any brains and she didn't have any money. So he said, how about the school of hard knocks? And here I am.
Well, if there ever was a hard knock like, this is it, Dandy.
I like that. It's a hard knock life.
Bluebeard, good news. The ship is gone. Just a dot on the horizon.
Then let's celebrate. Another Maui Maui.
Yes, Bluebeard.
Your wish is our command.
And be quick about it, I'm thirsty.
Hey, you know something, Miki and Creaky? What? I think he's taking advantage of us.
Yeah. Did you hear Kiki and Miki grumbling?
Say, did you hear something?
Yeah, them grumbling.
No, like something moving stuffing through the brush.
It's your imagination, Smudge.
There's something
Yeah.
coming, I tell you.
Quick, get swords.
I've only got a pencil.
I can stab it with my paintbrush.
Oh, okay, but I defend myself with the drop.
It's coming closer and closer.
Oh, hello, Captain Bluebeard.
Whiny.
It's Lady Huffington.
Tis I.
Where be the rest of you crew?
Oh, not my crew, Captain. They've all fled. Kiki, Miki, and Creaky said the ship had sailed.
But I refused to go with them.
Is that so?
It is. But your husband was with them. That bum? For 20 years, I felt like his prisoner. I've had to beg him for everything. Ask his permission to do anything. Why, I couldn't even plant a buttercup without his go-ahead.
You poor little lady.
It was awful. But I know that you would never treat a lady like that, Captain Bluebeard.
Well, now, Captain Bluebeard here has, in the past,
Be quiet, Dandy. Can't you see this woman needs a wee bit of comfort?
Yeah.
Why didn't you sit down in my chair?
oh, thank you. You're so kind. Might I be so bold as to ask, if all your companions have sailed away, what are you going to do?
Why, stay here with all of you, of course.
Be that so?
But don't worry. I can earn my keep.
I bet you can.
I make the best chocolate chip cookies in the world. Chocolate chip cookies, blimey. I haven't had a chocolate chip cookie since my mom threw me out of the house when I was 28. I make when I'm upset. So here, fresh out of the oven, Grandma's own recipe.
Aye, they smell like a bit of heaven.
And they taste delicious.
These are to die for.
Captain? Dandy?
Smudge? Okay, they're out like worms on a toad bag.
Brilliant plan, Captain Blood.
I thought so.
That sleeping orchid concoction did the trick.
What do we do now?
We drag them to the cave. We will make them carry the gold back to our ship when they come to.
We'd better move the sea serpent back to its original spot.
We can do that, sir. Snaggle and me can do that, Captain, sir.
Right, we're real good at parking big rigs.
You can trust us implicitly.
All right, but be careful. It's easy to run aground on those sandbars.
Don't you worry about us. We know just what to do with the sandbar.
Isn't the sandbar that place where we got into trouble?
Hey, where are they off to?
They're moving the sea serpent so we could load the gold.
It's all there, isn't it?
Aye. 8 chests for me, and 1 for you to split any way you like.
Way you like,
I thought that would be more than generous.
After we sailed you here, fought battles for you,
Not to mention all the blisters we got picking this place up.
But without me, there wouldn't have been any treasure.
Long John, there are 9 chests. That's one for each of us.
I ain't giving up my treasure like that.
Do you see them?
The plan worked.
Well, you'll be next.
Not on your life. Nobody's touching my balloons.
You can't mean to kill us all.
If I have to. Now drag them off to the cave. Hurry up! Hurry up.
Where is that lousy bomb? Need us in a wild goose chase.
When this was Treasure Island after all.
Good thing we stopped at that gas station and asked for directions.
Yeah, men never would have done that.
Which means your parents must be here. They were here all along.
Aye, and look, a chocolate chip cookie. It looks like one of Mother's grandma's recipe.
Oh, how much I wanted a dang for chocolate chip cookie.
We don't have time for cookies. We have to find them and save them. She bakes when she's upset. Oh, to think poor Mother's stuck here on this horrid island, eating roots and berries to survive, and Father working his fingers to the bone just so they could scrape by.
Never knowing what their captors might make them do. What tortures they've endured.
Stop it. I can't stand it anymore.
Hey, Captain, look at this.
Tracks, like somebody dragged another somebody off into the jungle.
You're right. Let's follow the tracks and see where they lead.
Quick thinking hitting his arm like that.
I thought you tripped.
I did trip.
You went on a trip? Did you bring back any souvenirs?
Look, in case you haven't noticed, there's another ship moored off the island. Somebody else is here.
And with Long John chasing us, it don't look good.
We ought to get to our ship and sail away.
Aye, it's the only thing we can do. Good. Is the ship anchored in the lagoon?
Not exactly.
Can we get to our ship?
Not exactly.
We still have a ship, don't we?
Not exactly.
What exactly are you trying to tell us?
Those sandbars. Ooh, Michael, they were big.
We turned this way, and that way, and this way, and that way, which was one that way too much. I told Sneak it was too much. So it was all my fault.
You were at the wheel,
But you were supposed to be telling Sneak which way to go.
I'll tell you which way to go.
So we have no ship. There is no way out.
we will have to stand our ground. We've been in tight spots before.
This is worse than squeezing toothpaste back into the tube.
Somebody's coming.
Take cover.
Three pirates tied up to 9 chests of gold doubloons.
What do you make of it? We'll be very, very rich when you get off this island. I agree. Let's get the gold and make like a tree and leave.
Attack!
Going down on the floor.
Stop! 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 I can't harm a woman.
Had enough, Captain Blood.
Oh, so you know my name.
I've read the bottles. Somebody's giving you some very good publicity.
See? We did a good job, Maud. We got a raise, Captain Blood. And then maybe I'd spring for some syrup for the flapjacks.
More bluff than bluster. Captain Blood.
Those who live in glass houses should not throw cannonballs.
I did everything that's been reported. Well, at least I wanted to.
You're no pirate. Why? You even wear perfume. A lovely lavender scent.
My one concession to my previous existence.
My lady love once wore that exact scent.
She did.
I remember it from the garden where I intended to propose to her.
A proposal she would have foolishly rejected.
I still wear her engagement ring on my ear.
So you do.
Yeah, I could have at least slipped it out properly.
What was the name of your lady love?
Sarah Huffington, who wanted a man more daring, exciting, dashing, the mere Roger Goodman.
She was a fool.
Was she?
If only she could be offered the proposal again,
Then he would ask her again to marry him.
and she would say yes.
Really?
Truly.
Captain, can we put our arms down now?
You can.
We declare a truce.
So, Captain, this the bloke who started it all?
It is.
So you are the one who kidnapped Captain Mummy Puff?
How could you, Roger? I mean, robbing and pillaging is one thing. But kidnapping Mummy and Puppy?
We didn't really.
A likely story.
No, really. They just happened to show up one day. They were trying to find Bluebeard. Or they were trying to avoid finding Bluebeard. Or it was something like that.
And Master here just took advantage of the situation.
I'm ever so glad you found the message in those bottles.
Well, where are they?
Here we are. Battle all over then. I bet you are Sarah!
Our darling baby.
Mummy, Puppy.
Why are you dressed like that?
Because she's a pirate queen.
Our little Sarah.
32 ships down and counting. They say she's made 50 men walk the plane without bad night. And somewhere she's got a room full of golden jewels.
Oh, give it a rest, girls.
Why, Sarah? Why?
I was bored. I wanted excitement. I wanted to see the world.
You should have told us. We would have bought you an atlas.
Oh, Hector, you know how kids are. Well, Sarah, dear, I hope you had a lovely time.
I have, and it's all led me back to where I started.
Lord Huffington, I think I've proven I would do anything to ensure your daughter's happiness. I'd like to ask your daughter's hand in marriage.
Well, don't just take the hand, boy. Take the whole girl.
May I suggest that we all get on the last ship floating and make our getaway?
Just as soon as we get those doubloons.
Nobody's touching my balloons.
I'll protect you, Mother.
You're all gonna need protecting. I'm sending you out on that little dinghy over yonder.
All of us, it'll sink.
I know.
You can't fight us all.
Let's all overwhelm him.
Great! You go first!
Hold on there.
Oh dear. Hi.
So it isn't the Cookie Monster.
Well, we had to think of something. I feel very well rested, and in a minute,
You're gonna feel very, very dead.
Can't we reach an agreement?
I'm all for that.
Sounds good to me.
The gold's mine, and to get it back where I can spend it, I'm taking your ship, and you all are gonna help me load the gold. After that, I don't care what happens to any of you,
Seems a mite selfish, Long John.
because I am selfish. That's what pirates are. They're selfish.
Come, come, you'll never be a legend if you're just selfish.
Who wants to be a legend? I just want my reward for raiding the high seas.
Don't worry, Long John. I'll make sure you get what you deserve.
This is Magnum 357. The most powerful handheld cannon made. It will shoot a hole through the Great Wall of China. So we ask you, do you feel lucky?
Well, we better let up the gold doubloons then.
Sarah, that's stealing.
The doubloons won't be doing anybody any good around here.
She's right, you know.
Besides, they're the property of His Majesty King George III.
Belvedere?
Puppy! Evans! Is that you?
Quite so, old chap. I see you haven't aged a day since our days together in the Queen's royal service, and I see you've made captain. Jolly good show, old chap.
And you've done pretty well for yourself since you left to make your fortune in America. You haven't aged a... Well, you look
bit of a vendetta against us.
So sorry, old chap. Love to help. There's just one other little matter, however. I'm placing you all under arrest.
What? Surely we can explain.
What can Captain Blood explain?
I'm really Roger Goodman, and I'm about to marry Sarah Huffington.
The Pirate Queen! I shan't soon forget how you dumped me heartlessly into the water, with those sharks in the way.
Nonsense, Captain Belvedere. You know very well that those were merely dolphins.
Sarah, my goodness, how unladylike.
Come on, Belby. Surely you can see that this is all just a misunderstanding. It's just, a youthful fling.
Piracy on the high seas is a crime punishable by hanging.
Why, Captain Belvedere, you look tired. A little hungry. How about a homemade chocolate chip cookie?
Homemade chocolate chip? Don't mind if I do. Delicious! These are to die for.
Excellent. Now quick, get on the last ship and sail away.
But what about you?
Oh, Sarah dear, we don't want to leave Treasure Island.
It's too much fun. Much better than the stressful life I had back home. Besides, we found the most magnificent treehouse.
You're staying then.
And she makes the best chocolate chip cookies in the world.
Oh, Bluebeard, you're just saying that.
What about Captain Belvedere?
We'll put them to work. Kiki and Miki need a promotion.
He can make the merry noise now.
But what about the gold doubloons?
Let's leave them here. We can get them when we come back for a visit.
How about Christmas?
Wonderful. We'll do Thanksgiving with Roger's family and Christmas here.
Sounds like a plan.
What about Belvedere's ship?
Simple. All I have to do is put on his hat, have Kiki and Miki fire the cannon, give signal for retreat, and they'll be gone with the wind.
Speaking of Gone with the Wind, remember those papers in that chest we found? Yeah, I think we should send it to a publisher. It would make a pretty good book. Moby Dick.
With a title like that, it's gonna sink quicker than an anchor.
Sarah, dear, I don't mean to rush you, but these cookies only last a short while. Get going.
But
Have a lovely wedding.
We'll take good care of your little girl.
You better, or we'll send Belvedere after you.
And he's mighty fearsome, too.
Mighty fearsome, shivery timbered squaw.
Hi-ho, we've got company.
I know, isn't it great? We're all getting along quite congenially now.
No, I mean it's another ship. It's the Seafarer, and she's pulling up to the island and sending over a dinghy.
Have no fear, lads. It's my own Captain Porter coming to fetch us.
Only we're not going. We've decided to stay here on Treasure Island with all of you.
Will you bake us chocolate chip cookies?
Certainly. Now, be a dear, will you, and go tell Captain Porter about our change of plans. You can give him my shopping list while you're at it. I thought of a few little supplies I want him to bring back for me.
A few little supplies? This list reads like War and Peace.
That's impressive, considering War and Peace wasn't written for another 70 years or so.
Well, I do fancy myself a literary pirate. I have some poems and epic works of my own I can show you.
Really? Why, I'd love to see them.
There'll be time for that later. For now, take care of delivering my list to Captain Porter. If I'm going to be keeping you all supplied with cookies, I'm going to need chocolate chips and such.
On the double, milady.
A literary pirate. Remarkable. I do believe we're going to enjoy ourselves on this island. Gonna enjoy ourselves on this island rather nicely, Emma.
Yes, but I have to wonder if we should have gone with Sarah and Roger, at least until the wedding was taken care of. Do you suppose we've done the right thing?
They'll be fine.
More than can be said for you. Hands up, all of you.
Oh, Long John, give it a rest.
We're pirates for crying out loud.
Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum.
They're gonna write books about us, make movies about us, maybe even design amusement park rides.
So then sit down and relax. We're in the Caribbean.
Have a chocolate chip cookie.
lawns.
All around.
So I will now ask the board directors to come forward, and then also our 5 seniors. So Ben, Abby, Kylie, Maria, and Lila. I would like to present to you a gift that we remember for wonderful memories in time. Here with Shoestring.